Steve Amazing here, bringing you a review of the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 42 from the movie Iron Man 3. And outright, I want to say it's a superb figure. So let's get started. First off, you can obviously see it's designed based off Iron Man 3's Mark 42, which isn't as seen in the movie as much as any other thing or Tony Stark himself. But outright, it is a fantastic armor, and it is a big improvement and a step back in some ways to the previous SH Figuarts Iron Man. Outright, let's get started with the pool's ability and how it maneuvers. So, quick thing I want to point out right away is that they give you the shoulders and the armory pushed in. And when they tell you to push it out, is that way you get a full range of motion with the figure. So that way you can rotate 360 degrees without it hinging the armor or hurting it. So that way you don't have paint rub or scraping and things like that. As far as movement, there is double jointed. You can turn it all the way around. Sorry, that's been coming off a lot lately, actually. And that could just be me, my big old stubby fingers. But yes, so as far as range of motion, it's still double jointed. Let me actually. And he has great range of motion. As far as ab crunch, I'm going to turn him forward. That's as far forward as it goes. But going backwards is actually outstanding because you get a lot of range of motion for flight poses. Head maneuverability, still can rotate 360 degrees. I know he looks kind of crazy like this, but that doesn't matter. Still rotate the head 360 degrees, up, down, left, right. They can rock left and right. Like I said, superb for flight stands. So, really good flight poses. Now, here's something that I thought was both really cool and really weird. It's just like the last SH Figuarts, but it gives you the ability to, like with most Kamen Rider figures, to do this. And that because it increases the range of motion for poses. Also, it reduces paint rub. Also, what's really cool is that they added the maneuverability here. So that way you can turn it in, out, and rotate. It's sort of really like, I don't even know what they call that kind of joint system. But as far as the legs, these are also rotated, semi-jointed. Ankle pivot goes inward, but it does not come outward. So you can turn it in, but you can't go all the way out. And what hinders that is the armor piece right here, which makes sense if you're going to have Iron Man armor. You don't want it to rotate in that way. Let me put these down. Again, I don't know what's up with that. These armor flaps have actually been giving me a really flack all day, and that's okay. So, as I see, I put one on and another one comes off. And that could just be me, like I said. I'm not sure. I haven't heard if anybody else had this problem. So, now that we've done all that, let's compare it to some of the other armors. So, SH Figuarts also did Iron Man, and that's it right here. The new Mark 42 actually happens to be a tad bit taller, and that's okay. You can see where they clearly made improvements and done a few things different, because as you can see with this Iron Man, it had a lot more ab crunch, like I said, and that's pretty cool. When you compare it to the Revoltech Mark 42, you notice the paint and the sculpting, everything about it is completely different, including the ball joints. It's very, very different, and it happens to be a lot taller. But with this one, the Mark 42 Revoltech actually had a lot of stability issues. Outside of that, the figure is outstanding. It really is, and it gives you a lot that you can do. But just to get it to stand up sometimes is a pain. Right now, it's actually standing just fine for once, and go figure, right? Then we have the Revoltech Mark 3. Which is a little shorter, and the head sculpt, well, actually, it's a little taller. Wow. It just seems shorter. But it's a little bit taller, more like a 6-inch figure from the Hasbro stuff. I've had zero problems with posing this figure. No stability issues. But this was like compared to the rest of them. Now let's get on with accessories. So, and I'm going to always do these inside the plastic. And the reason why I do that is because you're going to see the figure in motion in action in pictures later. So one thing that's really cool, move the figure. One thing that I thought was really cool is that they actually give you new effects for the Mark 42. They give you 3 sets of hands. Now these bottom hands are the ones for holding the effect parts. These ones are just open palms, and these are salute hands. So you could just use these. When you turn it around, you see repulsors, and these ones have the hand pivots for the effect parts. Actually, they've been turned around. But I'll get into the video later about how the previous SH Figuarts Iron Man really does, the effect parts work for it and vice versa. So that's pretty cool. Overall, I was very excited for this figure, and I happen to be still very excited for it. I can't wait to get some poses in and have some fun. Right now, I just took just some simple shots with it, and I plan to get way more intricate later down the line. I have a lot of reviews to do today. One more thing I want to point out is that if you pre-ordered it and got the first release bonus of the Iron Man, you got something very special, which is Tony's sofa. Pretty cool, right? You get it straight out of the movie Iron Man 3, and what I'm doing in the background is what you can't see, is I'm actually messing around with Iron Man so I can pose him in the chair for you guys so you can see it. These pillows you can take off, just so you guys know. This is not like an actual sofa where it's soft and fabric. It is plastic, as you can hear in the background, blah blah blah. You could probably change the pillows around a little, but this wouldn't look right. So you would change it to look like this anywhere you want on the couch. Then you could prop Tony up. You know, have him make love to Pepper that night. Do whatever it is you have to do. Whatever makes you feel better. But this is Tony on the couch. And voila. I haven't swapped any hands because it doesn't really make sense in the review. Now, with the first release bonus, this figure definitely gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It's an improvement in a lot of ways from the previous Iron Man. I would have liked to see other armors outside of this one, but we all know that there are licensing issues that prevent these things to happen. So in the meantime, it's really nice to just get, you know, a new Iron Man figure. One that's not done by Hasbro and, you know, not really crappy in my opinion. But this is great. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 with the first release bonus. And without the first release bonus, I'm definitely going to still give it an 8 out of 10. Still a great figure. If you have it, go get it. I got mine from Image earlier, and that's where you want to get yours if you really want it now. It's not getting an American release, just so I point that out to you people. So yeah, try to get it now while you can, or you can try to play the wait game, whichever works better for you guys. But as usual, thanks again for always watching, listening, and questions, comments, concerns, just feel free to email me. Thanks again, guys. Later.